you guys and give you some encouragement.
Yeah.
Um, I'm originally from Ohio. I grew up in a really abusive relation, with my stepdad. My stepdad was real abusive. He always beat on my brothers and my mom, and I took more beatings than they did because I didn't want to hit my mom and my brothers. But then, being beat and having to put up with it every single day on a day-to-day basis, like going to school was actually more of an escape route. A lot of people didn't like school, but it was for an escape route for me. I know I didn't have to put up with all the drama, and
Yeah.
my stepdad he was a narcissist, and they're very controlling people. They think they're always right. They're never wrong. They don't like to commit their own faults. But he used to drink a lot too, and it didn't help any. It just made him more angry. So he always took it out on me more than anybody because I was more the stepchild. So it caused a lot of anger to stir up in me over the years, and I had a lot of anger I needed to know what to do with. I had enough common sense. I didn't want to go to prison because I've had family members that's been to prison, so I've seen the lifestyle, and I've seen alcoholism runs really bad in my family too, and I was seeing the path it was going down.
Yeah.
And I ended up starting a heavy metal band. I was in a satanic metal band for about 8 years. And I just get on the mic and just scream on the top of my lungs and just play fast and aggressive metal, and I'd be so angry I'd just take it out on my music and just writing lyrics. I had enough songs to put out like 16 albums, but I look back actually a year ago when I found some of my lyrics. I know I'm getting kind of ahead a little bit, but when I found some of my lyrics, I actually thought I burned all my music lyrics books. But I actually just came across one a year ago, and I tried to go back to it and read it, and I just busted out in tears. Like I was like, this wasn't me. This wasn't the lyrics. Just out of all 16 albums I had, I only had one good, positive, uplifting song. Everything was about slaughtering and rape and murder and burning the White House down or something, or the police. But I started to rebel and take it along, with my appearance. Started getting a lot of tattoos. Started getting a lot of piercings. I ended up having like 55 piercings. I was trying to go for the Guinness Book of World Records, which was like 2,800. But I got my first tattoo when I was 16, and then after that, it just kind of took over. I couldn't stop. It was almost like a drug. Like I just couldn't I couldn't stop. I was looking at it like, well, that spot's bare, so that needs to be covered. That spot's bare, and it just took over. But I started to get into things I shouldn't have. With the music, it started leading to, first off, tobacco, smoking a lot of cigarettes, and then led to tobacco chew, and then I started getting into alcohol, and alcohol took over. It already runs really bad in my family to begin with, and I started to take control over my life too. And I drink 48 pack a day and like 4 to 8 40 ounces, and then I started to get into pills. I got to where I'd start out like, I'd do like 2 Vicodins, 2 Xanax, but then it just took over. I got to where it was just like I wasn't even reading the pill labels, what was in it, what it caused, the effects. I didn't care what it was. I was just taking pill after pill and not even reading what it was or what the side effects or anything was. I was popping like 4 muscle relaxers, up to like 7 Vicodins a day and Xanax, and then plus smoking tons of cigars and drinking alcohol, and then at the same time, I still had a lot of anger in me. Like I lost a lot of love. I didn't know what love was anymore back then. Like when people told me that they loved me, I didn't feel it. I didn't know what it was. Like I would say I loved them back, but I was just really confused. I'm like, what is it? Like, I don't even know what it is. I don't have it. I don't feel it. I just had so much anger and aggression, and I wanted everybody to feel the way I felt. Even if I was walking down the street or in a store and somebody even looked at me the wrong way, like I wanted to fight them. Like I was very angry. And our Heavenly Father delivered me from it. And it was actually, I look back, and it was my Uncle Joe, who is a pastor, him and my family that I didn't know was actually praying for me. Is because of their prayers, honestly. But it wasn't an all in one night thing. It was like I was delivered. He opened my eyes to a lot. First it was alcohol. I got delivered from that, and it took to where he had to open up my eyes. I ended up alcohol poisoning 3 times, and by the 3rd time it was so bad I thought I was literally gonna die. Like I was on my deathbed. I was sick as a dog, mentally, physically, emotionally. Like I couldn't. I was sick. I thought I was literally gonna die. After that experience, and then I just had like a deep look in the mirror one day, and I'm just looking at myself, and I'm like, I don't want this no more. I don't want it. I'm tired of being sick. I'm seeing what it's doing to my family members. I got family members going to prison for life. I got alcoholism already runs bad in my family. I don't want this. So right then and there, I was able to put it down, like not even look back. It was an instant deliver. He just instantly delivered me from it. Not want alcohol ever again right there that same day. But then I ended up getting, I kept smoking. I still couldn't stop smoking. I tried super hard. It was so hard. I started to eat anything that was mint. Whether it was mint gum, even sunflower seeds. I know those ain't mint, but sunflower seeds or like anything that was mint, it really helped me stop. And then the power of prayer, of course. But I ended up in the hospital and about lost my life because I had a severe, really bad asthma attack. I already got asthma. I shouldn't be smoking cigarettes to begin with. And about lost my life. My skin, everything was turning blue. I was losing all air. I couldn't breathe. So I ended up in the hospital and them hooking me up to these IVs and stuff, and then they gave me a breathing nebulizer treatment so I can breathe. Once I got that treatment in, I was able to finally breathe, and my collar was coming back to normal. But after that experience, it scared me so bad that I quit. I threw them out. But the withdrawals was still there, and I was craving it so bad. I was going nuts. But I didn't want to spend my own money on them. So there was a few times I did slip up and smoke since then. I'm just walking down the streets, and if I see like cigarette butts on the side of the road, I'd pick them up, cut the end of it off, and then smoke that. So I wasn't actually buying it. And eventually, I got delivered from alcohol. I got delivered from cigarettes, all tobacco. He made it to where I can't even stand tobacco. If anybody's even smoking any tobacco, I can't stand it. It stinks. I actually get mad when I smell it. I'm like, I can't stand that smell. It's disgusting. The pills, I was able to quit with pills. He delivered me from pills. It was like really eating up my liver and everything because the amount I was doing. Then the music, it was just, he delivered me from music. Like a lot of the secular stuff that I used to listen to, a lot of the heavy metal, the punk rock and all that stuff that I used to listen to, I don't like it anymore. Like the stuff, and that's the thing that people don't realize. Like when you become a believer in the faith, they think, well, oh man, I gotta stop partying, I gotta stop drinking, I gotta stop whatever it be, adultery, whatever. Like they don't realize the things that you once loved, you don't like anymore, and the stuff that you once hated, you now like. He reverses. So a lot of the stuff, like all the secular stuff, a lot of the music, I don't like it anymore. He's delivered me from the music. He's delivered me from a lot of the horror. Like I used to be a horror person, like a lot of scary films, like Children of the Corn and Hellraiser. I can't stand that stuff anymore. Like I don't like it. He's delivered me from all of the pills, delivered from the alcohol, delivered from tobacco, delivered from the secular music. Like there's still, I'm not perfect. I still slip up and listen to some secular stuff, but it's strictly the clean lyrics. Like I used to have a sailor's mouth. He's delivered me from that. Like I couldn't even have a normal conversation like I am today with you guys without dropping the F-bomb at least 4 times in a sentence. Every sentence.
That was God. Praise God, huh? Yeah. For God is amazing.